Hi, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are Wheelchair Adventures. And we are just back from quite a long journey.
Yeah.
On the Celebrity Solstice. And we wanted to give you our impressions of the overall ship and the rooms that we had.
Yeah.
So, Maddie, well, let's start with a little background. The Solstice came into service in November of 2008. So it's quite an old ship.
How old is it? Let's see.
Do the math.
You said 20 years, right?
Almost 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
So in 2028, it'll be 20 years.
What?
So 16
Oh my gosh.
years, is that right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't even do math today. What happened? Yeah. So it's an older ship and it has not been revolutionized.
Not yet. I don't know when it will be, but
I don't know. I tried to look it up and I couldn't find it. So, you know, I read it got some new furniture, some improvements in the beginning of 2023, but nothing since then. So they were always painting when we were in port.
Yes,
But I could see there was some paint from our suite. There was some paint, was coming off.
It needed some work.
So yeah, it does need to be revolutionized, but it's a very nice ship.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything bad about it. It's just an older ship.
Yeah.
So let's start with Maddie. Do you want to talk about our rooms first or the ship?
The ship.
The ship. Okay, so why don't we start with some of your likes? What Maddie wrote down what she liked about the ship.
What I liked is the dining.
What about the dining?
I loved the Tuscan grill and
we always love
the
Tuscan grill.
The good variety of food at the buffet. But I love the Tuscan grill.
I think we went there 3 times.
Yeah.
On a 17 night.
Yeah, because we
got one free, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tuscan Grill is one of our all-time favorites, and the older ships, the newer ships, the Edge class. Edge class doesn't have it. No.
Nope. Unfortunately not.
Yeah. So
does the Apex?
Apex does not have Tuscan. No.
Oh.
But they have, the newer ships have the 4 additional restaurants that you can go to in addition to the main dining room.
I don't remember them very well, but we'll...
Right, we will see them very soon. And one of them is an Italian restaurant. So, but Tuscan Grill is a favorite of ours. We always go to Tuscan Grill when we're on an older ship.
Yep.
Dining, they always accommodated us. We had 3 different rooms, and it was just a strange occurrence. We had Maddie's room, which was a concierge class, balcony, accessible. And then we had other family members traveling with us who, at the last minute, the prices came down and they were upgraded to an aqua class stateroom.
Yep.
So they were allowed to eat in blue. And then my husband and I, at the last minute, decided to try a suite with the Move Up program, and we got it. So, but we all worked together, and we did. We just the dining was great.
Yeah.
I mean, did we go hungry?
No.
Never.
Nope.
As far as the Ocean View Cafe, we always love what they have to offer. It's very, very, very crowded.
That's only the only thing that's...
But what do they do for people in wheelchairs?
They do have, I was going to say reserved seating.
What is it of sorts?
Of sorts.
They have little signs on the table.
They have tables that have the handicap sign.
The wheelchair sign. Yeah. So it's reserved for people in wheelchairs or mobility, walkers, whatever. Because going into the Ocean View when it's busy, and mean,
It's
it was very busy.
It's a mess.
Yeah, there were times when we could not even find
Seating.
Oh yeah, that one time though, we went in and we just couldn't find a seat. We went all around, and even outside by the Sunset Bar, and we were just going to go out. We're just going to go and do something else. And one of the people that take care of the Ocean View Cafe.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that.
Do you remember what he did for us?
He found a table.
He found a table for us, yes. I think I had a plate in one hand and I was pushing Maddie in the other, and I was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna leave." And he goes, "No, I'll help you find someplace." So he did. But yeah, that helps a lot. But when it's really, really, really busy, which it tends to be for breakfast, then that's tough. Okay, what else did you like about the ship?
I liked the fact that there was silent disco.
Silent disco.
You basically just put on headphones, and there's 3 different channels. You have a choice of like what you want to listen to: 70s music, modern music, and like
I don't know. It depends, because this time we went and they had it the first night of the cruise, somewhere in the middle, and it was 17-night cruise.
Yeah,
somewhere in the middle, and then the last night,
which is absurd.
I know,
because you're supposed to get up early the next day.
Yeah, you have to be out of your room by 7:30.
It's ridiculous.
It just wasn't going to happen. We were putting our suitcases out late because I have to pack up for me and for Maddie.
Yeah.
So I wish that they would change that. There were enough sea days that they could have not had it on the last night.
Yeah.
There were plenty other nights where there was nothing going on. So that was a like and a dislike. What else about the silent disco that we didn't like?
They cut in like our favorite song. Like they stopped when we were listening to music. They stopped it.
Right. When did they stop it?
Like at the very end.
Right. So it was like from 10, and it said an hour long.
Yeah.
So at 11 o'clock, mid song, it's cut off.
It was cut off like this.
The one time, it was in the grand foyer.
Yeah.
And there were people everywhere dancing. I think most of the ship was out there dancing or in bed.
Yeah. I think people really like silent disco.
They did, but
everybody does.
11 o'clock, cut it off, mid-song, cut it off.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, why?
Why?
So, that is a thing that they could take into consideration is...
bummer.
Is if people are really enjoying it, then don't, go 10, 15 extra minutes.
Yeah. It's not that hard.
Yeah. The first night it was in the Quasar, which is on 4.
Oh, yeah.
And the second night was in the Grand Foyer. And then the last night, which we didn't go to, it was in the Skyview Lounge, which is also a good place to have it.
Yeah, our friends went, and it was like...
I know.
It was a bummer.
We love silent disco, but silent disco or, getting up, because I have to get up so early on the last day.
Yep.
Yeah, so... We just didn't do it. And we usually don't do it on the last night.
No.
It's just too much. So they could move it back a couple nights. That'd be great. Okay, so what else?
The shows, particularly the magic show. I love magic shows.
Yeah, Maddie loves magic shows.
And the seating, you can take an elevator. It's like what's usually for employees.
No.
Well, I don't know what you.
No,
They say employees only on the floor.
Right. It says crew only, but it's also for people who want to get down.
Yeah.
I just tell them as I'm going through, it's usually on the left side of the stage. That you go in, and there's someone at the bar. I said, we're going to go down to the front, and there's never a problem, except this time it didn't work the first.
Yeah, that's right, because we had to wait. They had to call the engineer.
Well, they called somebody that
electrician.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think she was an electrician. I think she was an officer.
Somebody.
Yeah, But anyway, someone came, unlocked it. We were down there.
Yeah.
So they have front row seating and in the back, which it helps because for magic shows and stuff like that, Maddie can't see very well.
I would love to be able, like, I love being able to see. I love being able to watch the illusions.
Right. Even though I still don't know how he did it. But in the back, again, it's not only the distance, which sometimes isn't bad. We went to see...
the Billy Joel tribute.
The Billy Joel tribute, which was really good. We were fine where we were.
Yeah.
But they have these poles in the middle of the theater, which I always seem to get behind because I put Maddie where she can see and I'm sitting there.
What?
I got a big pole.
But then you moved over, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I just moved the...
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody there. I just moved over.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. And so what about the seating by the pool on this particular ship?
The seating by the pool was nice.
Yeah.
There was really comfortable chairs.
Which we don't always find on other ships.
No.
And it was in the shade.
Yes.
Yeah. So we found some comfortable...
Yeah, we only did that for a couple of minutes because we were going shopping at port, remember?
Yes. I do remember we were only there because something came up and we're like, oh, we have to go do this. So we went shopping?
Because we were told by Karen that there was shops.
Oh, okay.
In port.
All right. Well, yeah, I do remember we were only there, but it was in the shade.
Yeah.
They were the bucket chairs that Maddie can easily, I can transfer her in and out. There's plenty of space. I think that's the first chairs that we ever sat on on any cruise, and it was wonderful. Let's see. Theater seating.
Hot glass.
Hot glass class. What did you do, Maddie?
I did a jellyfish and a starfish. I saw just a starfish when we went snorkeling, so I was inspired because
No. What did you see when we went snorkeling?
A jellyfish.
A jellyfish.
Sorry.
It's like I'm usually the one mixing it up.
Sorry, but yeah, I saw a jellyfish and I was inspired because I liked how it was swimming along. So I was like, I needed to make one.
So you did, and you made a starfish.
Yes.
And they have no problem. We've done it on several cruises before. They have no problem with Maddie being in a wheelchair.
Nope.
I go in and kind of position her because it is tight in there.
You assist.
I don't assist. Well, I might hold, but but they are good at helping you. And it's always been a good experience. She's made a lot of things.
Yes, I have.
Turtles and oh goodness.
Yeah, turtles.
Paperweights. I don't know how many things.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So many things. Hot glass, I would highly recommend.
Right. And I actually, one of the hot glass technicians, it was his last cruise.
You should so...
I am not going over there because I'm going to mess up this if I do.
Okay.
But I will put a picture up. How about that?
Yeah.
And I got a whale.
Yeah.
One of the hot glass technicians, it was his last cruise on his contract, and so he was making things to sell.
Yeah.
And first day I spotted this whale that he had made, and I said, "Ooh, I want that." And he said, "Well, it's sold, but I'll make you another one."
Yeah.
And he did. And now we have it on our sideboard in our dining room. So what else? The cabanas. We did rent the cabana one day.
The cabana was very nice. And their shading.
There is, and it's there's a couple different kinds of cabanas that I've seen on the Celebrity ships. The other kind that I think we reviewed it in another video, but we actually canceled it because it wasn't going to work with Maddie.
Oh yeah, because it wasn't. It just didn't work.
It was all open, more open than this one, but this one was a good one, and we've talked about this one on another video. This type where it rolls open. She can roll in. I can transfer her, and we had a good day there. Okay.
Yeah.
So dislikes. What did we dislike?
I think we covered everything.
I think we did. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of likes.
Yeah.
A few dislikes. The first one
Yeah.
being in the casino. You know, we do like to spend time in the casino.
Well, we're guilty.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the row of with the machines that we really like to play,
Yeah.
it was just incredibly tight, even for a person to walk through.
Yeah.
It was just pretty much the chairs were back to back.
Yeah.
This side and this side.
The chairs were absurd.
So I tell Maddie, just put your hands together
Just
and
like
I
this.
push you through, and we just like a bull going.
Yep.
Because our machine that we specifically liked was about 4 in.
Yes.
And I asked someone at the casino, I said, what's up? The other ones aren't so bad. She goes, well, we used to have smaller machines, and then they brought in bigger machines, and it just took up more room. So
Yeah, right.
instead of just moving everything over,
I just think that's silly.
yeah. But it was a tough time. But we managed to get through, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. We just barreled through.
And we had a lot of people help us get to those machines.
Yeah. And speaking of activities, we didn't talk about this. One of the other things that we liked were you love trivia.
Oh yeah, trivia was fun.
She met some new friends.
Yeah,
playing
so
trivia.
sorry about that. I forgot about that. But trivia was really fun. That's another thing that's. It's my first time ever doing trivia. I don't think I've ever done trivia before.
I think we have, but
Not every day, because every day
you need people that know something.
every day at
and I'm not the
3:30
one.
every day at 3:30 was I think we went to the Sky Lounge. Yeah,
Sky Lounge.
and every day at 3:30 we were doing trivia, and then progressive trivia, which was harder, but yeah.
Yeah, so the first time you went with your Aunt Karen, and
Yeah.
then you got interested in it, and then I had to go with you, and
Yeah.
it was
And then we met Margaret.
Margaret and her family. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the high point, because trivia I am not very good at.
Nope.
Music.
Music trivia.
Yeah.
It was even more fun because you could just listen to the music and then you could say, what song is this?
Yeah, I know nothing.
And
So
it was really cool.
I was the secretary writing everything down.
The Through the Decades was fun.
Yeah. So also we played bingo. We played Deal or No Deal, and I got chosen.
Yeah, she did.
So excited. I was like,
and you won around $100.
I won $100. I took the deal and I won $100. And I think my suitcase had $5 or something.
Yeah. I said take the deal. I take the deal.
I know. After you open number 10 with $1,000 on it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. But we got $100.
You got $100.
That was fun.
Yeah.
We never win anything.
And,
So
I hope that in the future that I would like to go up
I know,
there.
and that was
We'll see.
it's kind of nerve-wracking, but
It is. Yeah,
it
it's
is fun
though.
when you get, especially when you get something other than $5.
Yeah, $100 was good. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's for casino games. That's what made me think of that. The other thing that we disliked on the older ships, we found this on the Apex when we sailed last spring, that you can mirror your phone or your iPad to the mirror. That's called mirroring.
Oh.
To your TV in your room.
Yes.
And we tried to do that because we wanted to watch the Taylor Swift.
Yes. Eras Tour on Disney Plus
and movies, but they said their TVs just
Too
aren't.
old.
Yeah, so
Too
maybe when they revolutionize, hopefully
that would be nice.
Yeah, because that's always a treat.
But can we do that on?
We can do it on the
Apex?
Apex,
Yay!
the Edge, all the newer ones.
Yay!
Yeah. So we even went down and talked to them, and he said no. The newer ships, yes, not on this ship.
So we just watched it on my iPad.
Right.
I mean, it would have been nicer on the screen.
Yes. And then I think the only other dislike that I can think of was the room problems, which we will talk about that next.
Yeah.
So Maddie and her aunt were in
room 1024.
1024. And it was like I said, a concierge class, accessible stateroom, a veranda. But they had a lot of
A
problems
lot
with
of
this room.
problems.
And thanks to you though, most of them, except for, well, depending on your
What do you mean?
metabolism,
Thanks to me.
because you got most of them fixed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Good. Yay.
there were just lots of things like
The door didn't open like it
Right.
should.
The door from day one was a pain, and the stateroom attendant said that it had been a problem on the previous.
Because when you press the button, it just wouldn't open. It would get stuck.
Right, it would kind of
Try to open, but then
but it wouldn't. And then you could do it again, and it may not.
Yeah.
You could do it again, it may or might not. And you're not supposed to open them manually because they're meant to be automatic.
Yeah.
So
It took us
it was
days.
very frustrating.
Yeah, it took us days, and eventually it was fixed.
Right, there were a lot of hours with
Yes.
engineers there
Yep.
trying to get that door to open.
Yeah, but it did eventually get fixed. So that's
Right.
one big plus.
And at one point, it even opened up,
By itself.
10 minutes after someone had
Kind of
closed
scary.
it, which is weird. Thankfully, they were in the room and saw it and made sure it closed back, because it does have a lag when it opens, and then a pause. We'll say. To let someone in a wheelchair or who's
Someone
slow
get
walking in or out.
Yeah.
So it already has that, but when you have to leave the room and then you wait for it to close. And there was another time when actually we were headed down the hall, it had closed, and then it opened again. So you have to be careful not to manually close it, because it kind of messes with the system.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah, but anyway, it was fixed by
I don't know how many
I don't know, it was
days.
many days.
Yeah.
But it was fixed, so
But-
whoever gets that room next, it's fixed.
Yeah, it's fixed.
Refrigerator. Refrigerator seemed kind of, I think it got to the point, because it had a little strap in there that attached the refrigerator, so when you opened the cabinet, the refrigerator door opened.
Yeah, and it didn't keep things cold very well.
Right, but I think somehow that got loose or something, and it was keeping the refrigerator door from closing completely.
Oh.
So what I did was I just pulled the thing away, the thing that attached it to the cabinet. So when you opened the cabinet, you still had to open the refrigerator door, but you knew that the refrigerator door was then closed, and we didn't have any problems after that. So it was just something in that mechanism. So I fixed that.
Yeah.
Shower bench.
It was very loose.
It was one side of the shower bench was coming away from the wall. And so I told him, and Maddie is not a big person, but if it says it has a load of 350 pounds.
Yeah.
So if you get a large person on there, that's a danger.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
But it's fixed.
right. An engineer came in, he put in another bolt. It was the bolt that was coming loose.
Yep,
and
it's fixed now.
Yeah, so it's fixed now. Next person that goes in there. The one thing that isn't fixed, and I have this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We don't. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You always do. Go ahead.
We don't know how this is gonna work. I mean, eventually, maybe it will get fixed.
What are you talking about?
The AC.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. But yes, the AC was also not working correctly. It wasn't getting real cold. You could turn it all the way down, and I was still hot.
Yeah.
So they worked on it several times, and I think that it was kind of a block of rooms problem. And by the time we left, it was coming out, but it wasn't real cold. But at least it was cold enough. It was bearable.
Yeah.
And they're heading to Alaska, so that may not be a problem.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh, the flooding in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's
This is a
Yeah.
perpetual problem
it is a problem.
on cruise ships.
They needed another strip thingy, like we did. We insisted on the other ship. Remember, we
Right, they need a rubber barrier to keep
rubber
the water
barrier
in.
thingy.
Because you've got a shower that's just open and the curtain doesn't hit the floor.
Yep.
And so,
People don't think about this stuff when they build these showers.
right, and it's dangerous. It's slippery.
It is.
And you've got water all over the place. So,
I hope that nothing has happened to anybody.
I don't know.
Awful.
So what we ended up doing, as we always do, is roll up towels. Again,
Yep.
you're wasting towels, but you're
What else are you supposed to do?
right. Roll up towels and kind of make
A barrier.
your own barrier. And then, because, and then you're dragging water. Your feet are wet. You're dragging water onto the carpet. That's not a good thing. There is a drain as you open the door. I mean, before you open the door to go out on the carpet, but just the whole floor flooded is
I don't know why they don't think about this stuff. They just don't.
I don't know, but yeah.
And if only we could be like cruise ship engineers.
Yeah,
And
as long as that's the only thing I had to do. I don't know. So other than that, the room was very nice. It was spacious,
yes.
plenty of storage. It had a pull-out sofa bed, single. Did you ever go out on the deck? On the balcony?
I know Aunt Karen did, but not me.
Yeah, I just didn't. I don't know. We were busy.
Too busy doing trivia and silent disco.
Yeah. So the other room we want to talk about is my room. And again, people travel with other people. Families go together. Some people may say, oh, this isn't a wheelchair adventure thing, but it is. Because Maddie was able to come into our suite.
Yes.
And spend time with us. There was a wonderful sectional
Yeah.
that I just moved the
Yeah. I
just
was
moved-
able to get in.
Yes, the coffee table out of the way, and I could sit her on the couch, and we had movie day, movie night, watch some things on her iPad, watch some things
Yeah.
on the TV. She could use the bathroom. She couldn't use the shower because it was a tub.
Yeah, no.
But it is usable. And
Yep.
since we had such a large crowd, 6 people traveling,
Yeah.
we wanted a space that was big enough that people could come in and enjoy.
Yeah.
And especially because, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But so this room was nice. There was no problem her getting in. There was no barrier or step up to the bathroom. She could use the toilet. Like I said, she couldn't use the shower, but she had her own shower.
Yeah.
But she could come in. We had snacks one
Yeah.
night. I think didn't we have dinner there one night? You and I had room service.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Cause
I think
we watched Wonka. I remember.
Right.
Yeah, I remember.
Wonka.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just wanted time in there. So it was a wonderful room. And, people need to know that. And as a family, you want
Yeah.
a space where everyone can hang out, not just,
Yeah, and there was just some concerns with some people on our channel.
oh, it's just
commenting
one
and-
person just saying, well, this isn't a wheelchair adventure. Well, it is, because she got to go into a
Yeah.
celebrity suite and spend time in there and watch movies with us and
Yeah, and
eat
please-
dinner in there.
And please keep the comments kind, please.
Yes, we're not going to talk about that, okay?
But yeah.
Yeah, that's over. So anyway, that is why we
Yeah.
have that. And we're going to have other rooms. We're going to have, coming up, we're going to go on a cruise where Maddie and I are going to share a room, and my husband is going to try out one of those single on the Apex, a single stateroom that they have. So why not show whatever stateroom it is?
Yeah, isn't that when we go to Norway?
Scandinavia, yeah.
Yeah, Norway.
So Maddie wouldn't be able to get in there,
No.
and we will show that. But we have been in rooms before where Maddie could not even get past the door
Nope.
in a regular stateroom. So just
Yeah.
bear with us. So our suite was wonderful in that Maddie could get in. It
Yeah.
was spacious.
And Bart was fantastic.
Bart the butler. Oh my gosh. If you're out there, Bart, we love you and we miss you.
We miss you, Bart.
He was amazing. Best butler we've ever had. And we don't have butlers very often.
And I think he took our
He did. So,
Witcher Adventure
yes,
cards. So.
Bart was amazing. If you're ever on a ship and you have a butler named Bart, he's from India. He is amazing.
Hi, Bart.
So anyway, back to another reason, back to the suite. Another reason we wanted a space to be able to hang out together. But also it came in very handy because this particular cruise, there were a ton of sick people.
Yeah.
Ton. In fact, Maddie's aunt caught
Yeah.
COVID and she had to be isolated in another room.
Yep.
We had other people that we heard had COVID. We had, there was talk of RSV, of flu,
Everything.
just coughing, sneezing,
It was
everywhere.
It was just yucky.
So it was wonderful to have a space, our suite,
Yeah.
where people could come and just enjoy
And
be safe.
I was gonna
And
say
yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
say be safe, but I didn't,
Right.
didn't want
And watch, you could watch the lectures on the TV,
Yeah.
whatever. So it was important to have a safe space
Yeah.
because, like I said, this cruise,
There were
and-
a lot of people sick.
and even as it went on to Vancouver from Hawaii, there was talk of just more sickness and more crew being sick.
Yeah.
And
Oh, boy.
just
Yeah.
tons because people were not taking precautions. Maddie's aunt was very kind. As soon as I had brought some test kits, as soon as she knew, she contacted the medical center. They found her another room so she would not infect Maddie or myself.
That's helpful. Thank
Um,
you.
But she did the right thing. Other people were like, whatever. So
Yeah.
it was nice to have that safe space.
It was nice
Yeah.
to have a safe
Yeah.
space.
So you have to look out because, especially this time of year, I think the spring and the fall are the worst time for outbreaks.
I thought
or
it was
whatever.
only fall.
No. Yeah, I guess because spring everybody gets out. I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah.
so that is our
Take.
review
Yeah, that's
of
our
the
tip.
solstice.
Yay.
It was, a great older ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been on it a couple times now.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't get a chance to use the tender platform because we'll talk about our whole trip, but there was a medical emergency and a couple things, so we missed a couple stops.
Yeah.
But we will definitely talk about that in the future, the whole journey and what we did.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Yeah. So stay tuned and we will have more about our
Yay!
adventures.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right.
Like and subscribe. It means a lot to us.
Yes, we're over 600 now. so
Yay!
next stop is 700. All right, so I'm Kathy,
And I'm Maddie.
and we are Wheelchair Adventures.
Bye.